Time to get some hockey under your belt. Your Cleveland Monsters are going to take on the Laval Rockets from Quebec, I believe. Saturday, January 28th is when it's going to go down at the Romo Fijo. You get a 4-pack of tickets here. It's Cleveland Rocks Night. The first 10,000 fans in attendance get the Michael Stanley Celebration t-shirt. Tickets info, everything else, go to clevelandmonsters.com. Okay, 4 tickets for you. Monsters Rockets, a week from Saturday. Good luck. 216-578-1007, be caller 10, or 800-348-1007.
A lot of guys can tell you how dumb they are. He'd prefer to show you.
Dumber than you thought that I thought I was once.
Alan Cox.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Got a whole lot of messages from Jenna while we were gone over the weekend, so we'll throw a couple of sweet nothings your way throughout the course of the show. We're also going to put somebody on Mary's. We're going to put 2 people today because we were out yesterday. 2 people are going to join Snow Babies for the return of the Alan Cox Show Polar Blast Battle, which is going to go down at Boston Mills Brandywine on February the 3rd. That is a Friday night. We would love for you to be along. I've got my team set, the Coxicles. All of the spots are filled. You can go to WMMS.com and register to be on Poundcake's team, Barely White. And you can also, if you're in a Circle K, find the Pepsi display. There's a QR code there. That will get you registered to join us as well. But this week, we'll do Mary's team, Snow Babies. And then next week, we'll take care of Bill's team, which is Big Billy's Bottom Boys. And that's equally as exciting. So all the details, just go to WMMS.com, hit the contest page there, and you'll get all of the details. I'll have another $1,000 for you, in fact, here in a few minutes. Next chance for you to go fund yourself. And you get those about 30 past every hour. Everybody should date a musician. Now, granted, this goes against conventional wisdom. You know, for better or worse, the cliche of dating a musician is one that seems great at the beginning. Maybe, you know, you got to buy into whatever that life is. But they've determined, if you're familiar with your Darwin, they put this to the test. And they found out that it doesn't matter if it's men or women, musicians are considered more desirable partners. So if you're a guy, you want somebody who's a musician, and I don't mean professionally, somebody that has a musical acumen, somebody who can play something. You know, the difference between music and musicality. You know, music is just the byproduct of musicality. But if you're someone who has an ability or an affinity with a musical instrument or instruments, it makes you much more attractive to men and women across either. Now, I'm a drummer. Mary's boyfriend is a drummer. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't consider that musicality. A lot of people don't consider drummers to be musicians because music implies melody and tone and all these kinds of things. And there's really no melody in percussion. And even some people will argue with that.
It's just it's real noisy.
It's very, very noisy.
Very loud.
You have to have a very... if you're a kid, you have to have very accommodating parents, like I did. If you are living with someone who plays the drums, you have to have an equally accommodating partner. Now, a lot of people will switch. They go, well, it's less noisy to be playing electronic drums. Electronic drums have really blown up because they work in small spaces, but then you're left just hearing someone tap on hard plastic. Mm-hmm. And so it's less noisy. The person playing is having a great time. Right. Because we hear the drums as they're supposed to be heard in our headphones. And you can dial it up to any style. You're not retuning your drums you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But if you're playing acoustic drums, like I do, like Mary's boyfriend does, it's very, very noisy. Very loud. But that's probably part of what makes him attractive to you.
It isn't, and
really,
it's funny because it hurt his feelings that I wasn't attracted to the fact that he was a drummer.
Well, because that's probably a card that he has gotten to play
100%.
most of the time.
I was like, I get it that's probably why a lot of girls you've been with have been with you, where they saw you play and they're like, oh my God, that's so hot. This guy's in a band. Where I was like, that's not, I don't really care that I've never had a thing for musicians. I've never had a thing for guys in bands. I've never been like
John Mayer.
No, I mean like people I know. Famous people don't count. John Mayer is a beautiful human being to begin with. The fact that he can sing and play guitar is an addition to that. So I was trying to explain to my friends, I've never been a groupie. That's not been who I am. And he was like, so the fact that I'm like good at what I do doesn't get you going at all. I said, that's not what I said. I did not start dating you because you are a musician. I like that you love the drums. I'm glad that you have a passion for something.
I love that for you.
No, I'm dead serious. That's exactly what it is. I'm like, I love
that for you, babe.
That you are passionate about something, that you are good and it's your favorite thing in the world and you care about it. That's what attracts me to it, not the fact that you play drums.
Yeah, I think Gwen and I were together for quite a while before she ever saw me play. But I do remember when I was working, first full-time job I got in radio was in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and the station was owned by a local owner. We had 3 radio stations. He owned them. And every year he would have a Christmas party, a staff Christmas party at his house. And he spent a lot of money. Well, my program director at the time was a guitar player. The midday girl was a bass player, and I played the drums. So the station owner said, why don't you guys all bring your stuff and we'll do a little jam thing in the living room. He had a huge house. Living room, and then everybody will be there. And I'd been dating this girl for a little while. I've told the story before about this girl I was dating who had an identical twin sister. And they could not, other than the way they looked, they could not have been more two different people. Her sister is one of the most vile people I've ever met in my life. And she hated my guts too. But my girlfriend at the time told me after that night, she goes, my sister told me that she finally understood why I thought you were hot after she saw you play the drums. I go, yeah, but that's got nothing to do with why we're dating. And she goes, no. She goes, but she mentioned that kind of thing. So some people are drawn to that. Other people see someone do something maybe they didn't know that they could do, and they go, oh.
It makes you hotter.
Right, because you have an ability to do something.
And that's exactly what I was trying to explain to my boyfriend. I was like, I'm not drawn to you because you're a drummer. I don't think you're hot because you're a drummer. I thought you were hot. We started dating. And then this is a cool thing that you do.
Wait till they see me play guitar and kazoo at the same time.
Oh, boy. You're going to have it on like one of those head things, like a harmonica?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Bill Squire, the one-man band.
Yeah, multi-talented over here. Am I the only one here that can play 2 instruments? Since Alan's...
Yeah, I can only play the drums.
Because your guitar never came.
Bill, see me after the show, eh?
I could play flutophone and viola.
What's that?
Flutophone and viola.
Oh.
Refresh my memory what the flutophone is.
Flutophone.
Refresh my memory what the flutophone is.
I wish I could tell you.
You don't know what you
can play
played?
it. He doesn't know what it is.
I played it in like 3rd or 4th grade, and in 5th grade I started viola. Yeah, but they call it a flutophone. I don't know why they do.
A flutophone is a pre-band instrument that belongs to the wind family.
Does it look like a recorder?
Yeah, I think it's
can
just
play
a
the recorder.
Yeah.
A flutophone has raised finger holes. That's what he liked. While a recorder simply has holes drilled into the cylinder of the body. But you don't currently play an instrument.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about people who can currently play an instrument.
But you could pick up a viola and play it, right?
Oh, God, I haven't played viola since...
Maybe not.
High school. I was going to say college. High school.
Would there be any muscle memory?
I could probably read music, but...
That's half the battle. How long did you play when you played?
5 years.
Coming up next, words.
5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade,
okay.
8th grade.
I mean, 5 years is a long time to play an instrument. I mean, I bet you'd have a little bit of muscle memory.
I think you would remember more than you think.
I mean, it's only 4 strings, so it's D, G...
You could be in a band with Dick from Dayton.
Oh, God, yes.
Wait, is it D, A, B, C? I don't remember. But yeah, it's 4 strings, 4 or 5 strings. Only 4 or 5 strings. But viola, I like viola. I was the only dude in that section.
For 5 years.
4 years.
Doesn't know how many strings. Well, he's a little kid, right? I mean, I don't know.
A teenager.
5th grade through 8th grade.
Beautiful thing. Wow.
Is Poundcake tuning up his viola?
Give us a little something.
They used to bully me.
Gee, what a shock.
They used to bully me because my nostrils would flare while I would play.
Weather. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. I think we should bring back the viola and see what Poundcake can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see what you remember.
What if instead of this year, instead of Polar Blast punishments, we do Polar Blast better yourselves, and everybody has to learn to do something.
I'll learn a language. Because if Cody gets a leg up from already having played the viola.
Well, we'd say make him learn something else.
Oh, I was like, I was pretty close to being fluent in Spanish in college.
What does that mean? Close to
that
being
means
fluent?
that like
You're
when
one
talking
class
with
away.
no, not even a class. When talking with a native speaker, like I could do it in class and be fine, but native speakers are a lot quicker and use a lot of slang. So I wouldn't say I was fluent because there was that kind of boundary. But like
your conversational is pretty good.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was in college. Like I took Spanish from 8th grade through senior year. I did it like as an independent study, like all the way through high school. And then I took 3 semesters of it in college and went to Puerto Rico. Like I was pretty close.
I'm really upset that I didn't retain all the ASL that I had. Because I had 2 semesters full. So 4 classes, 2 semesters.
Anyway,
They teach Duolingo on ASL on Duolingo, but you got to find something to prop your phone on because hands are busy.
Exactly. I got to give you some money here. It's $1,000, a chance to go fund yourself. Listen closely and good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword green at WMMS.com. That's green. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, how you doing, Alan?
What's going on, man?
Not much. I hate the show, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Wanted to call in, and me and my girlfriend are big fans of Bill and Mary, and we see them every time they come to Hilarities or the Funny Stop in Cotton Falls. We had tickets to go see her Sunday, and she came to the Cleveland Clinic on Wednesday. I had a minor procedure to check and see if she had cancer on her lymph nodes, and she had a stroke during the procedure.
Notes?
Oh my
And
goodness.
so I sent a couple friends. Well, my friend and her son, and she showed you pictures of me and my girlfriend, and
Yes.
you remembered us, Mary.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, we see you every time, and we do have plans to come see you on Valentine's Day at the Funny Stop. Because we saw you there right before New Year's, and I don't know if that's going to happen, but I just want to call and thank you and appreciate for sending the love and goodbye.
Yeah,
we love
is
seeing
she-
you and Bill.
Yeah, is she okay?
Is she okay?
Well, she has she has movement with her left leg right now. No movement with her left arm yet, but she's doing good. They had to do brain surgery right after the procedure to drain the pressure of the blood off of her brain. But she's a strong woman, and I'm sitting in the hospital parking lot right now at the Cleveland Clinic, and I can't wait to tell her that I talked to you guys. So, but she's talking and she got to stand with assistance yesterday, so she's doing pretty good. You know, as good as she can.
Yeah, your friend was like, hey, they were going to come see you, but she had a stroke. And I was like, oh, my God, like this is, I'm the last thing that should be on their mind right now.
That's the
but-
best excuse I've
Well,
ever
I mean,
heard.
my girlfriend follows you on Instagram. Her name's Becky, and you know, like I said, we come see you every time you come. You know, we were at the Crowd Control. I'm the guy that eats all the acid at the Loaf and Ledges.
Yeah, no, I know. I know who you are. You do a lot of drugs. Well, I hope she
But
gets,
I-
better and better. I'm so sorry to hear that, man.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. But thank you, guys. I really, really appreciate that. And hopefully maybe we can come see you on Valentine's Day at the Funny Stop, but I don't know.
Fingers crossed.
All right,
Yep.
Tim.
Yeah, man.
guys, I
Hopefully she
appreciate
gets better. That's very scary.
Thank you very much.
All right,
You
pal.
guys have a good day.
There you go. Good luck out there. There's Tim in Akron. Girlfriend had a stroke.
That's crazy. Hilarities was actually sold out on Sunday.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We sold
Congrats.
it
That's-
out on Sunday.
No,
so
if that
Insane.
woman had not had a stroke, a person who was at your show could not have seen that show.
well,
two
no,
people.
They still had the tickets. They just didn't come.
Hmm.
They had bought the tickets. I don't think that they returned them. They might have. I don't know.
These two had tickets. So there were 2 empty seats.
2 empty seats, but technically those seats were sold.
Did they do a spotlight over the seats in
Yeah.
honor of the woman who?
No, we didn't know she had a stroke at the time. They didn't
Oh, she
show
didn't.
up.
They didn't call the club and tell him.
I don't know. They told their friends who told me.
Again, that guy sounds like he's full of a lot of information. So I
Yeah.
thought maybe he'd call and tell them.
Yeah, a lot of Alan Cox Show listeners. Thank you guys for coming out. It was crazy, to have that many people there on a Sunday. And I know that, nobody had to work Monday, which helped. But it was an absolutely
congrats. incredible.
It was an amazing show. Everybody, like the crowd was, you guys were so on fire. Everyone had great sets. It was so
guys are the
much
best.
fun.
We
They
love
really
you.
are. You guys, I love you. You're the
Mary's
best.
starting to like the listeners
I was
again.
gonna say, she used to
Coming
hate
around.
them.
I used to hate them.
Oh, you
And
like them when
then
they show up.
They sold out Hilarities on a Sunday. So
I see.
I can't
So if
really
you
be
want to
mad.
keep Mary at bay,
buy tickets to my show.
Tell you
There
what,
you
guys,
go.
I hate you too. Now make me love you again by getting tickets to Alex Theater.
that's right. It's a transactional relationship.
Oh, it was pretty cool.
Hey, Caitlin, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
I was just calling in. I was listening to Cody talk about the viola, and I'm a little bit older than Cody, but I went to school in Oberlin, and I wanted to give a shout out to Miss Thomas. I wanted to give a shout out. She was a fantastic orchestra teacher.
The prophet. Mm-hmm.
Who was this?
Miss Thomas was the longtime orchestra teacher for like Oberlin City Schools. So I actually had my flutophone in her class back in like grade school, and then once you get to like middle school to high school, you start to take like.
Is she still alive?
I believe she is. I think she's retired.
Yeah, she's still alive. Yeah,
Huh.
I think she did retire, but that's why I thought it'd be fun to give her a shout out. She worked really hard for everybody.
I was gonna say she better retire. She was talking about retiring when I was in school, and I was like,
Yeah, because you were in her
Yeah, me
class.
as
She's like,
well.
I got to get the hell out of
well,
here.
I saw her, and I'm like, you're not retiring this year? She said no. She got an attitude. I was like, okay, never mind.
She
Don't
went
retire.
on for a long time.
Yeah.
Do you currently play an instrument, Caitlin?
Violin.
You play
I've
the
studied violin
violin.
since I was about 2.
I see.
I do.
And are you married, or do you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend?
I am getting married in September.
Oh,
Actually.
mazel tov. Did he
great.
find?
Yeah.
Does he find that very attractive about you that you can play an instrument?
Actually, he loves it.
Does he? Did you guys meet because you're band nerds, or what? Does he also play something?
He plays guitar, but not really. I think he just thinks it's sexy that I'm good at something.
Yeah.
That's my point. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Caitlin
That
goes,
doesn't-
you know, he
I
just
also
thinks it's
play-
sexy that I'm good at something.
That's my whole
That's
point
all
to
he
Brian.
wants.
It doesn't have to be a musical instrument. I like that you're good at something.
I like that you're not awful at everything, honey.
Yes.
I have one talent, thank goodness.
Caitlin's out there on a date playing Scarborough Fair for her soon-to-be husband, and he's like, what else you
You
got?
know it. That's how I lock it down.
There you go. What else? Give me some Ode to Joy or something. What else you got in there? All right. Well, congratulations on the nuptials, and thank you, Caitlin. I appreciate the call. There's Caitlin, who had the same orchestra teacher as Poundcake.
Mm-hmm.
What a day around here. I've got, let me play one of Jenna's calls from the weekend.
It's time for Sweet Nothings with Jenna from Poland.
I will get on my knees and ask the Lord to help me find that damn Tupac CD. I will tear this house apart just to find that Tupac CD.
This has been Sweet Nothings with Jenna from Poland.
Oh,
She's more
likes
hood than
Tupac.
I am.
She really likes Tupac. How about that? She's legally blind, right?
Yeah.
It stands to reason she could tear that house apart going room to room.
Yeah, how's she gonna know when she found it?
She has to play it every time.
Plays it every time.
And she keeps picking up the same.
I have a feeling that she probably figures it out. She's probably got them labeled a certain way, and she knows what she's doing. I have utter confidence and faith in her. I got a break. If you want to send a text, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com. That's where you can watch if you like, or hit me up on social. And you can listen anywhere.